Okay, I'm starting a new game today. Setting up the board. And let's see. I'm going to be quiet for a second. Can you notice anything? Yeah, you can hear me set up the pieces, right? But something's missing, isn't it? It doesn't quite feel as exciting as it would if I had music on, does it? Exactly. This is just the point of this video. Without music, nothing is quite the same for an INFJ, is it? No. Turn that off. Listen, I'm not in the mood for that. I don't feel like hopping around and, doing the jive or something. I don't even know what you do to that music. No, I want something a little more mellow or something a little more, with the times, dare I say, sorry. So let's just cut to a better genre, okay? That's better, isn't it? Well, I think I proved a point, didn't I? Music for an INFJ is everything. We sit in it and we feel it. We absorb it. We make friends with it. We make lovers out of it. And isn't that just something else? I don't know if other types feel this way about music, but for an INFJ, music is luscious and it's like therapy, and life without it almost doesn't feel like life, does it? Let's talk about the power that music has over an INFJ. Music for an INFJ helps them escape from life. The INFJ can be kind of dramatic, melodramatic. They can really go through a lot of challenges in life. And even if they go through amazing moments, it doesn't really matter what's happening. The point is, everything is intense for the INFJ. Every emotion they feel is intense. And music just helps balance that all out for them. They can escape from everything, all the troubles, all the stress, because music really transports INFJs to another place in time. I mean, sure, it could be argued that it does that for everybody that listens to it. But I really do think that for an INFJ, it's a bit different because they can listen to something and it will literally submerge them into a different place altogether. And the other thing is, because of the empathetic nature of the INFJ, they really sort of melt with it. And they can take on the emotions of the song from the empathetic side of it, and they can feel different emotions. The way the melodies are and the words that are being spoken, the lyrics, right? Well, and just the emotion behind how it's being sung. The INFJ can attach to that and they can feel it. And that can be really beneficial because, well, in a way, they can sort of express themselves through this music, right? If they are sad, they can listen to something and really just sit in the sadness and get it out of their system. Or if they're really angry, play some crazy beats and bleed that out as well, because they can just attach to what's in the song and then feel it and leave it there and carry on with life. It really is quite amazing. And music also helps them with their imagination. I mean, the INFJ has an imagination like no other. Oh my gosh. INFJ's imagination is otherworldly. But they can just explore different sides of their personalities with music. Kind of like their alter egos. Remember I talked about alter egos? Remember I talked about Chessie from the block? Yes, I experience her through music. Do you know that? I can put on certain songs and just ham out with it. And I'm totally her for that moment, you know? INFJs can experience parts of themselves that maybe they don't have the guts to experience on a day-to-day basis, right? I mean, maybe they can experience being sassy or confrontational, even sexy. Why not, right? Or maybe they can experience their inner demons or kind of the badass part of them, or just, I don't know, there's so many emotions that the INFJ kind of doesn't let loose on a daily basis. Hell, even on a monthly basis or yearly basis sometimes. So music really gives them a chance to tease these things out, you know, to just kind of, revel in a different experience for the INFJ that they never give themselves a luxury of having, unfortunately, huh? But another thing is, INFJs with music, they can relate to something at a time when nobody else around them is relatable, you know? INFJs are their own, they're like an island, I always say. They're just kind of on their own, kind of untethered to other things, and it can be, I don't know if I want to say a lonely life, but there's just not as many people to relate to. That's the simplest way to put it. But they can relate to the music, you know? And when they're listening to it, it can kind of be a safe space for INFJs to sit in, you know? And just attach themselves to something that isn't going to hurt them, right? They don't need to be scared of it. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to wonder what it thinks about them, and they don't have to calculate it. They can just rest in it. And, well, isn't that freaking refreshing, INFJs? I think it certainly is. But more importantly, relating to the music, I mean, honestly, that's a big one, okay? Because for an INFJ, the world is small. I mean, listen, we know the world is big, right? But our own personal world is small. And there just isn't much to connect to in it, you know? It's as though we don't only connect to a song. It's like that song also connects to us. Yeah, I know that sounds wild, but it's kind of a symbiotic relationship. We can kind of, I think because of our empathetic nature, we're able to extract emotions out of a song, and it almost feels as though it's expressing itself to us specifically. It's like amplified. I can't quite put that into words. But also we attach things to it, you know? It's like building a person out of it, you know? Because we're getting those emotions back from the song, right? Like it's so hard to explain. It's like it's like we're talking to somebody. It takes on a life of its own. It's pretty wild. And also it just houses parts of us that we can only expose to it, you know? We can only show certain parts of ourselves to this song, this imaginary person song. We can show them those parts, and we can't show those to everybody. So we sort of end up having a really wild relationship with music. I know that sounds mental, but what can I say? When I really sit down and think about it, that's how I feel about it. I don't know. Am I alone? INFJs, tell me, am I alone in this? But the other thing, music just helps INFJs dig into their emotions. Like I mentioned it, it's like therapy for us. The beats, the melodies, it can just put INFJs in a trance-like state, and it's almost like meditating for them, you know? You can just put on your headphones and put on some music and just melt away into it. Do you know, like, honestly, I live on my headphone. I live with my headphones on all the time now. It's ridiculous. There's very little time that you'll see me doing chores or, I don't know, going for a walk when I don't have headphones happening, okay? I just love listening to music all the time. Or, okay, sure, I listen to videos and podcasts and whatever else, and ebooks and whatever, but audiobooks rather. But something about music, right? And I find that in the moments where life was craziest for me, or the most emotional, or the hardest, the saddest, yes, I turn to music, and music sort of makes it feel all better, and I just tune everything out. And yeah, so for all INFJs, I would have to say, this is the way. Just don't take our music away from us, and we'll be okay. Okay? As long as you don't touch our music, we'll be nice to you. All right. Well, there's my rant on music, INFJs. Tell me what you think about it. And you know what? Tell me. Give me your favorite song. Shall we do 2 songs? Yes. Give me, if you will, if you wish, the song that is your jam. Okay? This is your song. And the song that you listen to when you're kind of in the feels, you know, when you kind of just let yourself melt into yourself and you're kind of on your own and you're just letting your mind take you there. Go ahead, list it in the chat. I'm kind of curious. This is a good way to learn about people, isn't it? I think there's something to be said for what their songs are. Okay, I'll talk to you guys in the next video, okay? Take it easy. Enjoy your music out there. Adios.